Hey everybody, so today we're going to talk about fasting. I know that's an odd topic for me to talk about because usually when I'm talking to you about food, we're talking about, listening to our bodies and things like that. But I get this question often, and I have done a lot of research when it comes to fasting. One of my mentors, who also coaches weight loss, she has done a lot of research in fasting. Here's what I am going to say about it though, okay? I'm not an expert in it. I've read books, listened to the podcasts. I have other people in my field who do weight loss and stuff who, we've all talked about it and stuff like that. But I did want to kind of give you like my opinion on it. I also wanted to tell you a little bit about the mindset behind fasting. I think that is a key piece. Like, how do you decide if it's for you? How do you think about fasting in a way that doesn't make you feel like ass? That kind of stuff. So here's the down and dirty on what I know when it comes to fasting, guys. I do not think, this is just my opinion, but I don't think people should be doing 24-hour fasts and 48-hour fasts and like long extended ones. The majority of what I have experienced just in the girls in my tribe, my own clients, the experience of the people that my peers in the, we all do, all of my peers are weight loss coaches who work more with mindset versus, like calorie counting, all that kind of shit. I don't get into that junk. But we have noticed that when women do extended fasts, like usually more than about 16 hours, you do tend to run into long-term problems if you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. So here's the way I do mine. I normally, now let me just say this too, I'm all about listening to the body. So if you feel like ass while you're doing it, you have to kind of evaluate that. But I usually cut my meals off somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. Dinner is my last meal. There's no snacking at night. But very often just like next week, I'm going to be working with the free challenge group a lot. I will be doing my tribe. They get all of their normal weekly coaching calls with me at stuff at night where we do big grouping calls big group calls online. I won't eat dinner until after we're done. So a lot of times that means I'm not eating until around 7 or 8 o'clock at night. That means my next meal in the morning sometimes isn't until 11 or 12. So one of the big questions that I got, and guys, if you have a question about anything on this, go ahead and start posting questions now so I can hit those hard when we get started. One of the questions that the girl that wrote to me, and yes, I read all my own email, all of it, is, can you sleep during it? And I'm like, hell yeah, you can sleep during it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I wouldn't be fasting if I didn't get to sleep through 7 to 9 hours of that shit. So I cut my food off at when I get done with dinner, that's it. The way that I work my mindset, because I will be honest, and my tribe members know this, one of the habits that I worked on so hard this last year is stopping eating at night. Even if I was eating an apple, a protein shake, or it did not matter. I had this habit of wanting to unwind with food at night. And I had to break the habit. And let me just tell you, there was some discomfort. You don't break habits and feel great the entire time. Stopping your nighttime overeating is just like stopping smoking. You're going to want it. You're going to go through withdrawal. Nobody's going to be able to just make that shit easier on you. The only thing that you can make easier is the mind chatter that goes behind it. So I worked on my nighttime eating so that I could just eat dinner, cut it off, be done, and then I get up in the morning and then I drink that coffee. Please, if you're one of my tribe members, go ahead and type in now the address for coffee. It is, just tell them to go to Fit and Fat with the hyphens, PHIT-PHAT.com/coffee recipe. That's where the coffee recipe is. Because people always want to ask me 1,000 questions about that coffee recipe. So, I do drink my coffee in the morning. It has MCT oil in it, which is just a medium chain triglyceride fat. It's just is fat. It's like coconut oil or something. So you put a little bit of that in there. I also put cocoa butter, or I put heavy whipping cream, or I put half and half with no sugar in it. The thing about your body is the fast will continue with two things happening. One, there's no food. Two, you are only introducing fats in the middle of it. So like if you're having protein in it or you're having carbs and stuff, then your body stops the fast procedure. So that's why I drink the coffee in the morning. I like the MCT oil, and I drink XT oil, XCT, same shit, y'all. It's just basically it is filtered a little bit more. I drink it for the brain benefits because mama's getting older. Mama needs all the help she can get. So I drink the XCT. It's not easy to say. It's brain octane. So anyway, I put that in my coffee and I drink that in the mornings. That's all I have before I go work out. So I work out in the mornings, I do my commute, I come home, I get ready, I do my shit. And then the last thing I do before I start working every day is I have my lunch, and that's when I break my fast. The other thing that I do that's different than some people who do fast, they eat twice a day. They'll do like a lunch and then they'll do a dinner. The way I do mine is I actually eat 3 times a day. I have found that I can't really just, somebody please type in the website address. Crystal, I've got a whole blog with a coffee recipe on it. It's actually on this Facebook page too. If you scroll up to the top of the Facebook page, there is a link to the coffee recipe in the pinned post. But the big thing is that I have found that if I want to eat 2 big meals to be able to carry me through the day, it's so big that it makes me, I teach my clients how to eat until they're satisfied and not until they're full, so that we don't have to count calories. And to just eat 2, it felt like I had to I just felt like I was having to eat too much in order to be able to go, 6 hours where I would need a meal and stuff. So I like to just do 3. So I do like a breakfast sometime between 11 and 12. I haven't had my breakfast yet today. I'll have it when we get done here. And then, because I ate my dinner super late last night. And then usually around 2:30 is about when I eat what I call midday meal. And my first meal is usually pretty small. It's just enough to kind of keep me going until I hit that middle of the day meal. And then that one's usually like this week I'm having tilapia. I have not had tilapia in years, and my husband asked for it last week, and I was like, this sounds good. So I'm having that. And then I made some creamy cauliflower broccoli where I steamed it all and then put butter in it. And I also put like some garlic. Anyway, it's really tasty. I just threw a bunch of shit in together. Guys, don't ask me for that recipe either. I do not do recipes. I'm not your recipe girl. I mean, that coffee recipe is about as close as I get. But you can go online, you can find any kind of creamy cauliflower recipe out there. But basically I just threw some butter, some salt, some garlic, and all that in, and then I just kept stirring it. But I steamed the shit out of it so that it's all mushy. So all I have to do is stir it up, and it kind of makes into like a, I don't know, like a bit. It's almost like creamed potatoes or something. But anyway, now I put my fish over the top of it, and I also made me some green beans that we cooked with some bacon grease. And it's been the jam. So that's what I've been eating for lunch this week. And then I always have a big salad every day, because a big salad is the easiest way for me to get a whole lot of vegetables in one big fell swoop. And I love salads. I've been eating salads since I was a little kid. Even all the years that I had weight problems, I still ate a lot of salads. They had a lot of junk on them. Back then it was fried chicken salads and stuff. So, salads aren't the answer to weight loss. They just happen to be what I enjoy, and they're easy, and I can keep a salad bar in my fridge. So that's kind of how my day breaks down. So I usually end up eating usually between 2 and 3, and then I will eat another meal sometime between, depending on what kind of calls and videos I have to do at night. I will do, hang on, somebody texted me. I will do another meal between 5 and 8 o'clock at night. So seriously, the way I look at it is coffee, 3 meals a day, done. I don't think about it any more than that. The purpose of the fasting is so that your body gets an opportunity to dine on its own fat. That is the purpose. So, whether or not you do it or not is up to you. I think that this is what I see with some people. So I think there are people that have some types of planning issues, might I say, when their time is very stretched. The less amount of meals you need to think about during the day, the easier life is. So getting onto a 3 meal a day structure and being willing to, postpone your first meal is super convenient for you. You just have to think about eating less. I think that's a huge benefit. One of the other benefits is that a lot of people I know just do not like breakfast. They hate breakfast. They don't like to start their day with breakfast. They would rather just, start with lunch each day. I think that's fine too. I think it teaches you that hunger is not an emergency. I think that is one of the biggest benefits of learning how to extend some windows and eating, less snacks, more meals. So many people have this fear that they're going to get too hungry, and experimenting with this and going into it as an experiment and not thinking, oh, I'm going to get too hungry. I just know me. That's going to suck, blah, blah, blah. And just going into it saying, I'm just going to wait to see what happens. So many of my clients are always shocked when we first get started because we start saying, okay, we're all not going to eat breakfast today just to see what our hunger signals are like. And a lot of them are thinking, ooh, that's going to be terrible. And then the next day they're like, ooh, I wasn't even hungry all these times I've been eating. So, a lot of times that might work for you. There are certain health conditions sometimes that it works for. I know that some people who do, who have like blood sugar issues and stuff, they do a little bit better when they include more fats in their diet and they reduce the sugars and they do a little bit of fasting. And I mean a little. Like I tell people all the time, I would go anywhere from 12 to 16 hours without food, period. And a lot of that is when you're sleeping. That's not hard. I mean, if you think about if I just quit eating at 7 and my ass gets up at 5 in the morning, I only have to go so many more hours until it's time to eat. That's a fast. I think a lot of us think of it when we think of fasting, we think, ooh, here comes some disordered eating right now in my face. Here it is, and it's like, it's not really. Now, if you're going to try to go, I have seen more people run into trouble though, mentally and physically, when they try to do those day-long fasts and stuff. If you want to try it, it's fine by me. But if you want my opinion, I don't think it's long-term sustainable. I just don't. I think that people run into thinking, especially if you get some results, then you start thinking, oh, well, the only way I can get results is by not eating for a day every week. I don't know. It just in my mind, that is a slippery little slope that people can go down. So what I teach my people is if you want to do this, then I think the easiest way to do it is just extend, stop eating at a certain time the day before, somewhere between 5 and 7, and then just extend when you start breakfast in the morning. Easy. Done. I just don't think there's a lot of mental drama around that. Okay, let's see what y'all are asking about. Let me go back to the top. Hello, everyone. People are listening to me while they're eating lunch. That's awesome. Lots of groupies. Let's see. Somebody asked, I think Paula, this top. Paula, you're going to die. So this is an old Cachet. I got this top on sale right when they were closing all the stores, and I went to one in Green Hills, and this was one of the last ones of this. I love this top. Until this thing, it's kind of big and flouncy, but mama ain't got to wear a bra with it, which is always nice. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, wow. I like it. And for anybody who's going to be listening to the podcast, it's like, I guess it's cheetah or leopard or something like that. Anyway, it's blangy and it's cute. Hi, just started listening to your podcast. You're so great. Definitely think your podcast will help keep my mindset on track. Good deal. Does it matter if the fasting hours fluctuate? Some nights my dinner is later than others, depending on my family. Missy, mine fluctuates every damn day. Seriously. I plan my food around when I'm live, when I have calls, when I'm training the tribe, when I'm doing my family duties. The other night I was determined to eat dinner with my husband. Well, he has an extremely busy job. He is just a legit work dude, right? Well, anyway, he didn't get to eat till 10. I didn't get to eat till 10 either. I even looked at him and I said, are you not just astonished? It's 10 o'clock and I'm eating. Because I'm always at 5 o'clock saying, I'm going to have to just eat without you. He like, but I waited on him. But it was nice though, because that night I did have a lot of distraction. I had a live, I had a coach's call, I had all kinds of stuff. And so I was just absorbed in my work. And then the next thing I knew, we were getting close to 10. And I said, well, I guess we can eat dinner together now. Aren't you proud? I've made it this long. So it does not matter. Just as long as you're just spacing them out. And not every single day do I do it. There are some days when I have things that are going to be going on through the middle of the day, like if I have calls that start at 10 and I have, like a live at noon or something like that, and then I have another, like I teach webinars and stuff like that. If I'm going to be on, I can't be eating while I'm, doing stuff. If I know I'm not going to have a chance to eat until 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then I just eat at 9 o'clock in the morning. Like I don't overthink it at all. The problem, I think people run into is thinking, well, if I can't follow the rules, then I'm just going to throw all the rules out. I'm somehow doing it wrong, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you create the rules for yourself and you do what works best for your weight loss results. When you stay out of that perfectionistic mindset and there's only one way to do it, you are so much more likely to lose weight. In fact, I was working on, for all of you who are doing my free weight loss challenge week that starts on Saturday, my tribe members, don't worry about it. We're going to let you reboot and no BS again. So that's where I want you guys. I know a lot of my tribe members on here going, what week? I'd like to do a week. You get a whole month, so don't worry about it. But for those who are doing the free week with me, I was just looking at our little workbook, and one of the things I talk about, one of the first things we're going to talk about is the perfectionistic mindset and how to get out of that and how to get into the mindset of someone who is willing to wow themselves. And wowing yourself means, creating the rules that work for you, not trying to follow rules and run your head up against them over and over and over again. So, I think that's super important is to y'all know me. I teach you plan. Just plan. If you know tomorrow you can't do it, then don't do it. Ain't none of us overweight because of one day that we didn't get to fast according to some protocol that some blonde chick on the internet said. And ain't none of us going to lose all of our weight because we only followed the exact rules of some blonde chick on the internet and what she said one day. We're all going to lose weight when we are listening, assessing, deciding, planning, and committing to things. Those are the words we want to be looking for when we're thinking about how we are losing our weight. What are we committed to doing? And Missy, I know that you're getting ready for the holidays. You need to think about that stuff. You were texting me and all worked up about these holidays. Everybody needs to listen to the words coming out of my mouth right now. You cannot go into your holidays thinking that you are going to, fail, that you are going to be overly tempted and all this other stuff. You need to go into the holidays thinking, all the things that I do now that make me successful, or all the things that I know would make me successful over the holidays, how do I just incorporate that? It's pretty simple. It's simple when we make it simple. What makes it hard is when we try to throw drama into the mix. And that's the hard part. Mary, I'm implementing all your tips. I'm down 45 pounds as of this morning. Way to go, Mary Smith. Beth, you have changed my sister Jerry's life. Oh, you're Jerry's sister. I love you for that. You're very welcome, Beth. I love your sister too. She's so pretty. Mimo? She's a groupie. I'm interested on your view how one could define what is the difference between white knuckling and allowing discomfort. Thanks for everything you do. That's simple. White knuckling is this, and I think I did this on last week's podcast. If I'm not mistaken, if you go to my podcast, it's Losing 100 Pounds with Fit and Fat, and you go to the Facebook Live episode from it's October the 3rd or 5th or something like that. Whatever, I'm not even sure what day today is. Back up 7 days, and that's the when it was. But white knuckling is where you're not going to have something, and you're not going to have it, and the entire time you're thinking, well, this is unfair. This sucks. I can't believe I don't get to do this. If only I was thin, I'd be able to. No, I can't have it. If I have one, that just means that I'm going to, go off the deep end, blah, blah, blah. That's white knuckling. White knuckling feels like shit. White knuckling is where you feel crappy because of all the shit you're thinking about something. It's layering hard thoughts on top of what discomfort is. Discomfort is I really like cupcakes, but I didn't plan for them. Everybody else is eating cupcakes, but I've just decided that I'm sticking to my plan. It's going to be worth it. Discomfort is where you want it and you're like, you're not thrilled you're not going to have it, but you're not telling yourself that it's unfair, that it's too hard, this shouldn't be happening. If only they told me they were bringing those cupcakes in, the world would be a different place. It's like you just are thinking about what you can't have or what you're choosing not to have. Let's put it that way. You think about what you are choosing not to have, but you think about it from a place of, it's my choice. Nobody's doing this to me. It doesn't have to feel like asshole. It can just be like, yeah, cupcakes are really good. And cupcakes are also what got me, not feeling really good about myself. It's like allowing discomfort means you just kind of sit there knowing there's a payoff on the other side. White knuckling is sitting there and totally taking your mind off the idea that there's a payoff. You're only focused on how hard it is right now, whereas allowing, you're like sitting there with the heart and you're thinking about, how this is going to build you up, how this is just a part of the process, how, you're probably going to have to feel like this, 100 more times before it feels easy. That's allowing. But both of them, the one thing they share is that there's that piece of you that wants it. There's the piece of you that wants the extra drink, that wants to eat like everybody else, that wants to blah, blah, blah. But what we forget is like, especially, I hate the thought, I want to be just like everybody else. That is the most poisonous thought anybody ever tells themselves. Because when you look around, the next time you say that to yourself, I want you to look around at everyone and decide, do I want that body? Do I want to be that drunk? Do I want to probably feel like they're going to feel tomorrow? Because all we see are people enjoying the food in that exact moment. But we don't think about, most of the time when we want to eat like everybody else, we look around the room and there ain't a single soul in there that looks the way we want to look either. That is how you start, you get real with yourself. You start listening for your poison thoughts and be like, you know what, I get it. I want to eat like everybody else. Is just the lie I tell myself. Let me tell myself the other side of that story. That's allowing. And the best way to really understand that, guys, is to come up with your bullshit that you say to yourself. We all have them. I coach my girls weekly on this in our tribe. In fact, the whole I want to be like everybody else, that was tribe members. If you go back, it was a week ago Monday. It was when I was coaching she was the very first call on a week ago Monday's call. And her thing was about going to parties and wanting to eat just like everyone else. And she felt deprived and restricted. And so we worked through thinking about that. And, that deprivation and restriction were a choice. And it's all driving from these thoughts that you're not telling yourself anything else about. So you write down basically the shitty things you say in your head, and then you write down the other side of the story. There's always another side of the story. Always. That way, when that happens, all of a sudden you're going to start hearing that stuff like it's loud and clear. It's going to be like cowbell ringing, right? And then you'll also sometimes remember, oh, I already thought about the other things that I would want to think about too in the moment. That starts dissipating the white knuckling and inserting some of the allowing. There's the coffee recipe. Thank you. I just did that one. I'm excited to do the weekly challenge. I will be out of town, so my question is there anything I must engage in over the weekend? If so, when? Raina, I am sending out the workbook on Saturday. If you will email support@pnptribe.com and just say, I need the workbook on Friday, then I think we'll send it out a little early. There's a couple of people that are doing things, but basically on Saturday, you'll watch the welcome video from me and you will read the first pages. And then by the end of Sunday, we have a live on Sunday, and you're doing a pantry purge. So those are the things that are happening the first 2 days. So if you can, clean your pantry out before you leave, and then you'll just pick right back up on Monday, and that's all you'll really need to do. You could also go ahead, if we send you the book, you could go ahead and journal your food on Saturday and Sunday, even if you're out of town. It's the best time to do it, is to go ahead and write down, like, this is what I eat when I'm out of town. This is what I think about when I'm out of town. People always want to start perfect, and I'm like, that's crazy. Do this shit when life's not perfect. That's when we gain weight. We don't gain weight when everything's perfect. Oh my God, if everything was perfect, we would all, seriously, butt ass naked, and people like on the beach would be staring at us going, you were the one I want to be. I'm not joking. But it's like, we forget, like, where I was like, well, I don't stars, I'm going on vacation. It's like, that's when you should journal your food. How do you show up on vacation? What food choices do you make? Do you chuck it all out the window? Or do you at least half-ass try to make some better choices? That's the most valuable information any of us will ever have. Let's see. Gisela. Ooh, I love your name. Joining you on the 14th for the free challenge. I can't wait. I've lost 46 pounds this January. Man, doing so good. And so grateful to have found someone that gets it's all in my mind. You know, when you hear your mama coming out of your mouth, I hear Corinne coming out of my mouth now. Thanks so much for what I've learned so far. A lot of people tell me that. They're like, I'll be sitting at home. Next thing I know, I'll be like, Corinne would tell me, blah, 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 blah. So, how did you cook the tilapia? Good question, Donna. So I texted my sister-in-law because she makes tilapia for my brother like every stinking week. My brother, he's going to grow gills if he's not careful. I took tilapia fillets. I put them down on aluminum foil. I took, I think it was Cha-Cha's hot sauce. I don't know. Some hot sauce that Chris buys. He loves sriracha. It's some kind of sriracha, and I think it was called Cha-Cha's. But anyway, I squirted some sriracha on it, garlic powder, salt and pepper, some onion flakes, smoked cayenne. I think that was it. Anyway, I just liberally coated that mess with all of that, and then I covered it in aluminum foil, and then I put it in the oven on 375, and I just cooked it probably for, I had a lot of tilapia on there, so it was probably more like 35 minutes, but she said if it was one fillet, because she cooks for my brother every night, I'm like, please. So I cooked our fish for the entire week. I'm like, here's your bowl, go heat this shit up. I think I cooked it. It was around 35, maybe 40 minutes. I just basically cooked it until like I peeked in. The fish was nice and flaky. And it's been good. And then after it came out, I squirted lemon juice on it. And it's delicious. We've been grubbing on it. Chris is eating it. I'm eating it. I mean, it's been good. Missy, speaking of cauliflower, I just found out you can boil it, then blend it with chicken broth and use it for a creamy soup. I add lots of veggies and chicken. You definitely can. I always, like whenever I cook rice or anything that I'm steaming or anything that I'm like, you know, like rice or whatever, I always cook it in either beef broth or chicken broth. Makes a whole ton of difference in how things taste. What are some great fats for a salad? I'm new to the WOE. I'm not sure what WOE is. And I should probably know this, but I don't. Avocado, hard-boiled eggs, like the whole egg, bacon. I put bacon on my salad. I'm trying to think. Just full-fat dressings. I mean, I use full-fat dressings. You know, your oils, you can put oils on there. Full-fat cheeses, nuts, seeds. Like a lot of times I like to do a salad that has feta, chicken. It's like just grilled chicken. And then I put slivered almonds, and then I put feta cheese, and then I use just whatever dressing I like. It's a delicious salad. And I put about a half an avocado on that one. But all of those are really good options. I do a lot of salads with sesame seeds. I do a lot of salads with pumpkin seeds, that kind of stuff. So all of that would be great for salads to just put. I just throw some fat on there. That's what I do. I just look for just some good fats. And I probably eat about 4 to 5 avocados a week, period. Well, let's say 4, probably 4, because most of the time I eat about a half, and then sometimes I'll have like one extra, and I'll eat 2 a day or something. But I do only hard-boiled egg, like whole eggs, and we only do the full-fat cheese here. So those are good things for the salad. I'm trying to think. The only thing I struggle with is the eating late. Lunch at 2 and I'm not hungry until around 9. That's fine. So then I eat to satisfy. That's fine. I'm worried the affect weight loss when I sleep. I am losing at a steady pace, but is that no? Mary, well, first of all, Mary, you're losing weight. So it's obviously not affecting your weight loss. That's just, I'm worried. I'm worried. Like, why are you worried about that? Like, your body's giving you no signal or no indication. The problem is you're listening to outside diet advice versus inside diet advice. Inside is the results you're getting. Inside is like, this works with my schedule. This works just fine. I don't see any problems with that. You don't have to stop eating right before. I mean, if you eat, I eat often right before I go to bed. A lot of times I like to be in bed by 8 and we don't eat until 7 until I get off my last Zoom call with my tribe. So, like if I'm coaching them, a lot of times I don't like to eat beforehand. So I wait and I eat with my boys. And then I just go straight to bed. I mean, my tribe knows Mama is an early bed girl. Like, oh God, I hate staying up late. It is not in me. Let's see. Well, I love breakfast, but my real problem is I eat too late and too much. That's when I'm very vulnerable. Cute top and love your hair. Yeah, Pamela, I would probably quit telling myself that you're vulnerable. Like, food doesn't just happen to us. We like to think it does, but we always make a choice. I wouldn't say I'm vulnerable during this time. I would just say at night I eat because I choose to. And don't allow yourself to think that food is happening to you ever. It doesn't just jump in our mouth. It doesn't have horns and, stomp around on the outside and, look at us and tempt us and stuff. It's just food. And then we end up eating it. It's about what are we thinking? Like, if you feel vulnerable, it's because you're thinking about something. It's not because you eat late. Eating late, so basically, it's nighttime. You're thinking something at night that causes you to feel vulnerable around food, and then you eat. And that is the problem. You want to start thinking differently around the food. I would also be asking myself, why do I want to eat at night? The quickest, I tell people all the time, the quickest way to figure out why you're eating at night is go a few nights without eating and put your pen to paper and write. A lot of people will say, well, I don't really want to do that because I would be bored. Okay, then it's because you're bored. It's not because you have a problem with eating at night, and it's not because you're vulnerable. It's because you're avoiding being bored. So what's wrong with being bored? Just sit there and be bored then. Or find you something to do. There's some options. But like, getting to the real problem behind it is what I work on with my tribe. It's like, we need to quit thinking that food happens to us. We need to start thinking about, why are we eating in the first place? And how do you uncover that? And what do you do about it? Paula. Hey, Paula, you may be getting this one. Actually, today I was sitting there thinking, this one may be, it's like, and I got big boobs, and this thing is loose in the boobs. Let's see. How do you avoid emotional eating? Denise, first you have to figure out what emotion that you are avoiding. And then once you figure out what emotion that you're avoiding, you have to figure out what is triggering that emotion, and do you want to work on that or not? Most people won't go to that stage. They're like, well, I'd have to, do some work. And it's like, well, you can either do some work, you can have the pain of avoidance or the pain of working on it. Choose your pain, but just choose one and like your results. Right now, when you choose avoidance, you're probably not liking the results of the overeating and what it's doing to your body and how you feel and all that kind of stuff. If you choose the pain of actually assessing what's going on behind it, and you work through that, on the other side of that are results that will pay off for you, that you will enjoy. A lot of my clients start working on the emotional eating. They start figuring out why they're emotionally eating in the first place, and then they start sitting there with it and figuring out, how do you unravel that? How do you start fixing that? How do you, it's a lot about the willingness to sit through and work through that stuff. And a lot of people are not willing to do it. They just want to keep figuring out a new diet and they beat themselves up because they keep trying new things when they never fix the top line. They never fix why they're not following through, and they're not following through because they're avoiding work somewhere else. And so you find out, what are you avoiding and why are you avoiding it? A lot of times we're avoiding something that is so easy to fix. It's just how we're thinking about it. And it's like we are so locked into, like, it's going to be so painful to let it go. And it's like, no, it's going to be great, because when you let go of that, you're going to let go like 20, 30 pounds, like in 3-4 months. You know, it's never as painful as we make it out to be in our brain. We're so afraid, oh, we'll unlock the gates and we'll do this. And it's like, as many people as I have helped, not one person have I broke. We are way stronger than we think we are. We give ourselves no credit. And the pain is never as bad as what we imagine the pain to be. You take away my food, I think I'm going to be in a ton of pain. You're probably not. You're going to be forced to do some work around what you're thinking about, because then you take away the distraction. Angela, of course, breakfast is hard to eat in the working world. What should the first meal consist of? I am a low carb loser. That's a thought. I have probably 90% of the people I work with work and they eat breakfast. It's not hard to eat in the working world. You know, get up. If you really want to eat breakfast, then get up in the morning and eat. It's just like I tell my son before I take him to school, you want to eat breakfast? Be downstairs at 5:30. He's 14, going on 15. He doesn't think, well, because I go to school and have to leave the house at 7, it's hard to eat that breakfast. You know why he doesn't think that's hard? Because he didn't create a story around it. I mean, that's the big thing. What should the first meal should consist of anything that works for you. If you're low carb, you would want to choose things that are low carb. Like you could do eggs and avocado. Like if you did 3 hard-boiled eggs and a handful of nuts, you can eat that shit on the way to work in the car. You don't even have to sit down and have a meal. Like my son, he has to actually sit down at the bar now. I used to let him eat in my car, and when he became such a slob, I said, well, that's over with. We're just not going to eat in the car anymore. You know, I mean, so, you know, we make things hard or we make things doable. We always have a choice in how we think about it. I would probably just watch that and just make sure that you are, you know, if you want to, you know, like for me, I don't eat breakfast until 11 or 12 o'clock, and I run my own business. But I eat then because it works better for me. That's the first time that I take like a break in the morning to actually eat. So, I mean, what I would do if I was you is I would think about when is it convenient for me to eat? And if I'm going to eat in my car, you know, what are the things that I can eat handheld? You know, there are so many handheld options that are quick and easy with low carb. I mean, it's probably the easiest of all. You know, people who are doing carbs like to eat oatmeal and they want to, you know, make toast and stuff like that. Well, that shit is hard, right? I mean, if you think about it, it's way harder than some hard-boiled eggs that you can cook up on a Sunday and throw some salt in a bag, let them sit in a baggie, and then have little pre-portioned nuts, and you got breakfast to go. Like that. I eat so little. Really, I forget to eat. I know I've made my metabolism like molasses in the winter. Metabolism restart. Mandy, I don't really believe in metabolisms going to hell like that, especially not from eating. If you've got weight to lose, it's not because you have a slow metabolism. If you got weight to lose, it's because you're overeating. Even if you say I forget to eat, you're probably overeating in foods that aren't helping your body. I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but most of my people that like forget to eat and stuff are eating one big sumo wrestler type meal a day. Like they're, you know, like if you ate one big salad a day, I'd have no problem with you. I'd be like, there we go, let's do it. Like salad, protein, avocado, on. If you are eating like, well, I forget to eat during the day and blah, 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 and then I eat a half a pizza at night and I wonder why I can't lose weight, my metabolism is slow. You killed your metabolism because of the pizza, not because of not eating. Your body is designed to live off its own stores, especially when it's given real natural food. The surest way to kill your metabolism is to gain weight, not to eat and fast. In fact, a lot of people that end up fasting, their metabolism tends to level out and rebound better because if they're conscious of what they're putting in their body and they're putting in the good stuff when they do eat, then the metabolism increases. Do you drink with a fast? I drink my water, I drink my coffee, I do drink stuff. Like, you know, like, let me tell y'all what's not good. Hang on. It is this stuff. So I was like, I'm all about some probiotics right now. I was reading a book, and the healthy gut diet. I so am determined to live to be 120. And I think it all starts in our gut health. So I was like, ooh, strawberry balsamic, drinking vinegar. This stuff sounds awesome. It's got 4 billion probiotics. It is like drinking vinegar. They were not lying. I'm like, that is not like kombucha. So I'm back on my kombucha. But that stuff, I do not recommend. Let's see. Can someone put up the link for the upcoming free week? It's pnptribe.com. Just click on waitlist and that will get you on. And the workbook is going to go out Saturday for everyone. People tell me that overnight fasting ruins my metabolism. So you're supposed to eat while you sleep? I mean, seriously, I want you to think about that statement. Overnight fasting will ruin your metabolism. So are you supposed to wake up every 3 hours and eat while you sleep? No! The body is designed to go periods of time without food, so that is, especially when you go without some food, and I'm not talking about y'all starving and stuff. I'm just saying, don't eat before you, don't eat all night long because you are, vulnerable or bored or emotionally eating. Cut that food out. That's not jacking your metabolism. If you cut that food out, that's going to spike it because you're not putting in shit anymore. And then don't eat the second your feet hit the floor. And for God's sakes, don't start with donuts, McDonald's, and all this other stuff. I mean, we're supposed to go long periods of time without some food. That is the way that the body was designed. It's designed to function well. When you don't have food in your body, the overnight, so just think about this. When you sleep and you have no food, that is when the body decides to work hard. That is when the body decides to fix your muscles, fix your skin, repair your joints, get your shit straight on the inside. It does a butt ton of digestion, things like that. That's the way the body's designed. The only thing that, all I'm saying is if you go 12 to 16 hours, most of it is while you're sleeping, there's nothing wrong with that. That is not killing anybody's metabolism. I tell you what's killing metabolism. Ho-Ho's, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Big Coke. There's your metabolism killers. Cut all that out first. Get out of the box aisle. Get off the cereals and stuff. That is where you will find metabolism being killed every single day. I signed up for the free course and didn't receive the workbook. Do I need to re-register? No, Bridget, it goes out on Saturday. Can't wait to do the free challenge. I'm down 10 pounds this morning. Good job, Elizabeth. PNP411.com is where you go to get my free course. That is different from the free challenge. And let me explain the two. The free course is just anybody can get it at any time. It's 4 videos and a workbook. If for some reason you do not receive the workbook when you sign up for the free course with your 4 videos, you immediately get video 1. If you do not get your workbook, just email support@pnptribe.com and we'll get it to you. The free challenge only happens when we're going to open the tribe up again. This is our last opening this year, and before each opening, I always do a free week so that people get an opportunity to work with me, get a taste of how I teach people and all that kind of stuff. Whether you join or whatever, that's on you. I don't do it just so people will join. I do it so people are very clear on, I like this girl and I'm all in, or this fucking sucks and won't work for me, I'm all out. The last thing I want is a bunch of people who don't want to be there. I want to work with a lot of people that want to be there. And that's just much easier for me and much better for you when you are surrounded by people who are like, I want to learn this. And nowhere did I say you have to sign up and be perfect and all that other shit, so don't even go there. It's more about people who are really interested and invested in changing their life. And if you don't like my message, then just, there's plenty of people out there. It isn't like I'm the only person on the internet who's, there's so many good people on the internet who are legit helping people. I know a lot of you do not like cussing. As you can tell from this live, I'm a cusser. So if you don't like cussing, I'm probably not the tribe for you. Because not only do I cuss, but I think Heidi is on here and she does too. She's one of our tribe members. But a lot of us do. I mean, there's just all kinds of flavors out there. You got to find what's right for you. It's like the fasting. It's like the way you're going to eat. It's like exercise. It's like your tribes. You find what's going to sing to your soul. Whatever motivates you, whatever it is that lights you up is exactly where you should be. That will help you more than anything. Not just randomly trying things half-heartedly and, well, I really don't like cussing. I'm going to say, what this is about. Or you don't like Facebook. We have a Facebook group. It's private. I mean, if you don't like Facebook, it might not be the tribe for you, right? Not to say that it can work for you. It just, I just want you guys to think about things when you're going to do anything when it comes to losing weight. Really think about it. Just think, do I like this stuff? Does this make sense? Is this something I can do long term? If you're starting to answer yes to those things, you probably have found something you like. And that you can, you have the potential that when you go all in, you're going to experience success. If not, move along. There's more things out there to look at. It's that simple. I am waiting to hear about the week starting October 14th. I signed up. I haven't heard anything. Heather, we start on Saturday. Most of you have not heard anything yet because I haven't sent anything out yet. I sent one email out this week. If you signed up in the last couple of days, you didn't even get that one. I just sent one out that said, you're on the list. That was it. Heather, if you're worried you're not on the list, just email PNP. I keep giving out the wrong address. Email support@pnptribe.com. And we can either check it for you or you can go to pnptribe.com and just sign up again on the wait list. My mailing list will not add you 1,000 times. If you're on it, you're on it. So there you go. I have lost 10 pounds just from listening to your podcast. I can't wait to do a free week with you. That's awesome, Kara. So many people, seriously, I have a ton of you that will never end up joining my tribe, but you listen to the podcast and you do the free course and stuff like that. I think that's amazing. Honestly, I told my husband when I first got started doing all this stuff, I was I just want everyone to feel like me. And so a few weeks ago, my coaches came to town and we wrote the PNP mission statement. And it is to teach women how to lose weight for good. I'm not about teaching people just how to lose weight. I want you to lose it and bye, Felicia. And I want you to feel as amazing as you deserve. I think you have to be able to do both. You need to be able to kick the weight to the curb and it's not even enough to just do that because just losing weight doesn't make people happy. You have to teach people how to find their happiness. And I'm all in on that. I think that's the most important thing. Nobody loses weight to be miserable. Birthday supper with my son last night. I didn't plan for extras, so I didn't eat it. Happy for myself. First big win. Nice. Let's see. Just signed up for the free course. Is that the same as the upcoming free week? Stephanie, no. Go ahead and go over to pnptribe.com. You can get on the wait list over there. That will get you into the free week, but you will be getting your course materials. So you can just set that aside and you can do that after the free week, or you can do it until we get started. You'll get a video every day and you'll get your workbook today. Brianna, should we still join the tribe if we have a personal trainer? I really love everything you teach, but also love my trainer. Oh, Brianna, a lot of my girls have trainers. They have their own gym memberships. They have everything. I don't really specialize in the exercise. I used to. We have some exercise plans, but I let you do your own thing over there. What we do is we really teach you accountability, how to uncover your emotional eating. We work on the mental side of the food and junk like that. Because I have a lot of girls that have personal trainers. They go and get their ass kicked, but then they kick themselves in the ass all week because they're eating like crap. And then, that's what we're working on. We're working on the stuff that goes on outside of the trainer. What are your thoughts on the 21-day fixed portion control containers? Samantha, I think they're fine if you like them. I don't have anything against them. I think they do teach some portion control, but I also think that people have to learn how to listen to their body. Is it enough food? Is it too much food? I don't count calories. I don't teach my girls to weigh and measure and do stuff like that. We do everything by learning how to, and you will learn this in the free week, but you learn to eat when you start to feel hungry and you stop when you're satisfied. No getting full. and no starving yourself. I know we're talking about fasting in this particular one, but even when I fast, I'm not starving when I'm getting ready to eat. I'm just starting to get hungry. And that's the other thing about fasting, guys, is your body learns how to do that. It just learns how. Some people are asking on way of eating. I just eat what works for me. I don't do low carb at all. I eat a lot of like just real food. I mean, my motto is if God made it, it can't hurt. I mean, I'm just all about God food. Like I would say, gosh, you went into my pantry, 95% of what we keep in our house is just real food. We have like a lot of frozen bags of vegetables and stuff like that. Like I'm all about some convenience. Like I have some canned, vegetables and beans and things like that. I don't make everything from like Martha Stewart scratch, but I do. I'm a big advocate of eating real food. I just think you're satisfied more. You get more nutrients. It makes you poop better. I mean, it's all of it. When I get hungry at night, I'll get some sunflower seeds. It takes time to peel them and I end up not eating food. Well, you're still eating food. You're just not eating like other food. But, I would just work, as long as you're hungry, I think that's fine, Sandra. Let's see. Hello, Marianne. Oh my God, this is my first time watching and you are cracking me up. I love your honesty and your energy. Feisty. That's so funny, Shelly. So my son and I, we talk about, well, he's actually sleeping right below my feet. We have a cat that is like a cat dog for real. And we always go, feisty boy. Because he's always like, he's so loving and everything. And then all of a sudden he'll just want to play. And so we always call him feisty boy. Lifestyle change by making healthier choices, eating more fats, way of eating. Oh, way of eating. Thank you, Robin. I was like, I know that when you tell me what woe is, that I'm going to be like feeling stupid. Let's see. I'm trying to get through. Would Spark break your fast? Tammy, I don't really know. I'm not a Spark girl. If it has any sugar in it, yes. Any carbs in it, yes. So just look on the ingredients. So I'm not sure. I hate when people ask these questions, but I love your lipstick. What brand and color? Thank you for all you do. This is Marc Jacobs. I think this is, I don't know the name of this one. Well, there's two that I use. So the other one that people ask me about all the time, and they're very similar in color, is Huda's Trophy Wife. And then this is Marc Jacobs, but I cannot remember the name of it. And then I actually am using MAC Gloss over the top. And I don't know the name of that one either, but it's like it's a real light pink wash that you put over the top. It's not Nymphet. That's a blush that I have. But I can't remember the name of it either. But it's one of their more like old school popular colors. I do a lot of layering of lipsticks and stuff. Any chance you could lengthen the podcast a bit for nice walking commute time? Love listening. Karen, we have like my Saturday podcasts are usually over an hour because they're the replay of this. The last couple of times Kathy and I did podcasts, they're actually starting to stretch longer and longer. In fact, we just did one that was an hour. So we're kind of going in between. I like to keep the one with me and Kathy to around 30, like 20, 40 minutes just because we have a lot of people that are only listening on a short commute and stuff. So what we're trying to do is just give everybody like a wide range of things that they can, like times and stuff like that. And I've been considering, and you guys will have to let me know, like you can click on hearts or whatever. I've been considering doing a 10-minute or less podcast in the middle of the week where it's more like one specific question or topic. And I just jam for it, maybe 15, but like anywhere from 10, 15 minutes or maybe 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in there. But it would be like just a fast quickie. So we've been thinking about doing that. Of course, that means recording one more and my husband editing. So, but that's something that, thank you. Well, I guess a lot of people would like that. So I'll talk to him about it and we'll see about getting something like that going maybe in the new year. And that'd be interesting and fun. My husband told me just last week that I was ruining my metabolism. Meanwhile, since the last 7-day challenge, I have lost 30 pounds and he has gained 15. Well, there's that. Just tell him seems like my metabolism is working great. I'm losing weight. That's the sign of a healthy one. Where can I find your fruit cereal recipe? It's easy. It's cottage cheese and berries. So you just put some cottage cheese, you throw some berries in. Pumpkin seeds, I like the pumpkin seeds that are in the white shell. If you want to put a sweetener in there, you can. I usually put a packet of Splenda. I know, not everybody loves Splenda, but I do. So I put a packet of Splenda in there. I cover it in cashew milk. And then I also put in there those dried chickpeas by the Good Bean Company, the sea salt ones. So it's a really good blend of, stuff. Now, the last few weeks, I've not been eating berries because of some teeth. I've been having some sensitivity, so I've been cutting down my acid. So I've had to take the berries out, and I'm just doing the pumpkin seeds, I'm just doing the chickpeas, and just the cottage cheese and the cashew milk. Corinne, you're the only person who helps us from the inside out. Well, thank you. Hey, Rebecca. I've been drinking a green tea for years. Yesterday, I got so overwhelmed with my week, and just thoughts came in, wasn't able to control them. I felt like I was having an anxiety attack. Also, last night on the way home, I wanted to eat, and I got really angry and won't think clearly. What's your advice? Rebecca, I would figure out what's driving the thought. Like, if you're feeling anxious and you're feeling angry, it's because you're thinking about something. It's not green tea. And it's not like, just remember that anytime we feel something, it's because we're thinking something. So figuring out what you were thinking and then decide, like, do I want to keep thinking that? And sometimes, like, I have a lot of girls that just have like regular anxiety. Sometimes just not getting anxious about your anxiety is super helpful. Just like, I'm going to take a breather. I know this is just anxiety. It's like me with my depression. Like, I just know there are going to be times when I'm depressed, and I don't think that something's going wrong or that I'm terrible or, oh no, it's all starting and blah, blah, blah. I just think this is one of those days I just need to identify, why am I feeling depressed? And then I write, and I just sit there and think about it and just decide what I want to do with it versus getting worked up over being worked up. I want to sign up for the free week, but you say it's so fast I can't write it down. Where can I find info for that and the free week? PNP. It's P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul, tribe, TRIBE.com. If you go over there, you'll be able to sign up. All my cussers are coming out. Let's see. I've been doing my small wins and enjoying it. Good deal. Listening to you has helped me stop eating that bag of chips every night. Thank you. You're very welcome, Wanda. You are the best person I've ever heard on this subject. Thank you, Mary. Your approach is brilliant and inspiring. Very thankful to have found you. God bless you. Thank you, Mary. God bless this little cusser. Hey, Sandra. Hey, I got your message the other day. I didn't get a chance to reply back, but thank you for sending it to me. And yes, I did need love that day. A 10-minute midweek podcast would be a great ass kicking. Many thanks to your king for all he does. I know, that poor king. Oh, he was busy last night, y'all. All right, that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful week. Again, the free week is going to start on Saturday. If you want in, just go to P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul, PNPtribe.com. Sign up today. You will get all your materials on Saturday. And I promise you, somebody just said they just saw my before picture. Yeah, like I was 250. I don't even think I talked about it this time that I lost 100 pounds, but yeah, I lost 100 pounds. But if you go over there, you can still get in on the free week. Even if, like, I know some of you girls have been groupies for a long time. You did the last free week. Do it again. I promise you. Same workbook. I'm updating it just a little because I always have to change something. But I promise you, it'll be new material, new content. Every live is always different. So when I'm working with you, you will always pick up new nuggets and stuff. So I would encourage you to do it again. And then we will open the tribe for enrollment for the last time in 2017. It will be a week from tomorrow, which is, I want to say it's October the 18th, or a week from today, which is Wednesday. So I think it's October 18th, and then we will close on Friday. And then we are going to hit it hard for the holidays. My girls are going to lose weight through the holidays. We're going to learn how to handle the holidays and all the people that come up with the holidays. That is our focus. So guys, trust me, we will get this done. I promise you. And how do you get alerts for the lives? if you will go to pnp411.com, sign up for the free course that gets you on my mailing list. I always send my mailing list whenever I do new podcasts. If I'm going live, they get an alert and that kind of stuff. So that is how you can see all things Korean. You guys have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.